Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am very excited to be back with another plan with me. The past few videos have been catch up with me's in my 2021 planner. I still have December to do. I'm almost done with it, but I really wanted to jump into my new planner. This is a Sadie's Stickers Undated planner that I had purchased last year, and I had a couple of options because I did purchase too many planners last year and they were just waiting for 2022 to start, but this is the one that I decided to go with, mainly because of the larger coil. For this week, I'm planning for the week of New Year's, and I am using a kit from Sadie Stickers called 2022. I fell in love with this kit, especially once I started seeing people use it more and more. I was so excited and anxious to use it myself, but I had posted a poll on my Instagram stories. I was going through all of the spreads that I was trying to catch up on, and I was asking if they wanted to see a New Year spread, Valentine's, St. Patrick's Day, or any non-holiday spread, because I wasn't sure where to start when doing these plan with me's. I feel like people are probably over New Year's, but there are actually a lot of votes for New Year's, so here I am showing you my first week of this planner, which is so exciting. I had spent this past weekend setting up 11 spreads in this planner because I'm so eager to get caught up. I don't know if I'm going to make a video for every single one of those weeks. I might just choose my favorites, but this is definitely one of the kits that I loved so much, so I was glad that people were still interested in seeing this spread and seeing a plan with me for it instead of just a catch up with me video. I also wanted to quickly talk about this planner. I know I'm not really showing you what it looks like. I'm just getting right into this plan with me, but I wanted to talk a little bit about how I decided to go with this planner. I think for a long time, I was really scared to leave the Erin Condren because I'm really into routine and I like doing the same things. And I had been in an Erin Condren since 2015, so it was hard for me to decide to switch out of it and not purchase one. And once I had purchased this last year, I knew that it was going to be a much easier decision for me because especially throughout the entire 2021, I was just noticing more and more how much work I had to put into the Erin Condren to make it what I wanted. And then I look at this planner and it's very much what I want already, and I don't have to do any work. It's already there. It has the blank columns and just the minimal lines. I don't want dates on there, even though that wouldn't have been a big deal, but it's just everything that I would want in a planner, and I'm glad that I finally got over that fear of not doing the same thing and getting into this planner instead. And I think I remember Lauren of Plan Wish Plan talking about it, where she just realized one day that she didn't want to work so hard for her planner. She just wanted the planner to work for her and just be as simple as she needed it to be to start planning and not have to put in the extra effort. And I remember her talking about that and I was like, wait a second, I really am doing a lot of work to white everything out that I don't want. And now that I'm doing this spread, there's very minimal whiteout that I need to use, and it's been so amazing. Just this initial spread has been so fun for me. And the other thing is that this paper, I thought for some reason the Erin Condren paper was like, that's it. That was the best quality paper that I was going to find. And this paper I enjoy so much more. I don't know what it is about it. I don't know anything about paper and the differences, but just feeling it and using stickers on it, it's like perfectly made for stickers. So I just love this planner. I'm glad to be using it, and I've probably have been talking over most of my setup for this week, but I did want to mention that I left my date covers blank because I didn't have a ton of the floral deco. I don't buy a ton of sheets of those, even though I would love to, but I just try to keep it at a minimum and purchase one. But I knew that for this kit, I wasn't sure how much I would want to use throughout the spread, and I knew that I would have either went too crazy with the date cover deco or just made it really bare because I would be so afraid of not having enough throughout the spread. So I decided to just leave that for the end and not force myself to use florals and not try to think about not having enough. So anyways, I go back at the end and I'll put in the leftover florals. I would say with this kit, the florals were a little bit harder to use because they were so large, and I did end up using a lot of those larger ones, cutting them in half and using that in the date cover deco. But I guess I just wanted to mention that. And for my weekend banner, I used a bunch of Simply Gilded washi. I also added a couple of the washi from the kit. And then I found a weekend script from Sadie stickers that I had from a grab bag. So that was perfect for this week. In my sidebar, I used a foiled lace square that I had received from another Sadie stickers grab bag, and I paired that with one of the largest florals in the deco sheet, and I like how that turned out. As far as my habit trackers, those are pretty much the same ones that I always do. And then for my blank weekly schedule, I like tracking my sleep. And this week you'll see that I slept a ton on Tuesday because I was recovering from my booster shot, but I will get into that. It was crazy to see all the hours that were calculated on my Fitbit of how much I slept. I might not talk about all the stickers. I will say a majority of them are from White Deer Stationery, and I tried to mainly pull from that collection, especially with this kit. The colors just match so nicely. But I will link all of the stickers and the shops that I use down below. If you have any questions, you can leave me a comment and I'll be happy to answer. But getting into the week, on Monday, I started by marking my COVID booster shot. I also got the flu shot on the same day, and that was really rough. I don't know what part of it made it worse. I don't know if it was a good idea to do it together, but I had asked them if that was recommended, and they said it should be completely fine. I really don't know if it was better to do them together or not, but I had a really rough time recovering, and I know some people that was the case either way with the COVID booster on its own. And the icon I used for that was from the Pretty Pink Co. I also wrote that I did not have coffee this day. Normally I like to drink coffee on Monday, but I decided not to. I did get my booster pretty early in the morning, and I just knew I had to take it easy. I didn't want to work out or do anything crazy, so I spent some time organizing my stickers. The script that I used is from Station Stickers. Below that, I wanted to mark some one-on-one time with the boys. My sister was still here on this day, so that made it a lot easier for me to spend time with each of them on their own. I wasn't sure how the booster was going to affect me, so I wanted to make sure to get quality time with them. Below that, I wrote that I helped my sister wrap gifts. She was planning to see some of her high school friends, and they were doing their Christmas gift exchange, so I helped her wrap all of those presents. And I remember at this point I was starting to feel pretty bad. It was after my boys had gone to bed, but I told her that I would help her, so I was kind of shivering. I'd gotten the chills, and I was trying to help her at the same time, which was kind of funny looking back, but that's when I started feeling pretty bad. Below that, I wrote that I was freezing, got chills. I had to blow dry my hair because I had taken a shower a few hours earlier, and the cold hair was just not helping my chills situation, so I decided to blow dry my hair. At the same time, I kind of put the blow dryer all over because I was so cold and my teeth were chattering. That's how cold I was. But at the bottom of this day, I added my full box. On Tuesday, I started with a full box, and I knew I wanted to switch up the full boxes because of the ones that I wanted to use for Thursday and Friday, but that is why I have Tuesday up at the top. Normally I have Wednesday at the top, but on this day, I didn't have a whole lot to mark because I was very sick and slept most of the day because of the booster shot, so I tried to fill in as much space as I could. I layered some of the larger florals with one of the decorative boxes and used a sick day icon script combo from Paper Panda. Then I layered a couple of the boxes, one for the icon, and then in the other one I wrote that I slept all day and had a huge headache. I think this icon is also from the Pretty Pink Co. I really like the transparent sticker paper that they've switched to, and I think this one was on a sampler sheet, so I want more of this icon because it's really cute. In the half box, I used a sticker from Miss and Meow that says out and about. This was on a fall activities sticker sheet, and I wrote that my sister was out and about with her friends this day, and she was home at 4 a.m. Thankfully, I was awake at the time because I had slept all day, so it just worked out that she came home when I was awake, or one of my very few awake moments this day. On Wednesday, I started by writing that I was still not feeling well. I wanted to take up some space with this, so I added florals to make that half scallop box a little bit bigger. Below that, I wrote that I spent some time snuggling our dog, Jax. I think he could tell that I was feeling miserable, so he was pretty worried about me. But then I took a nap again this day. Definitely not as long as the previous day, but I did nap, and then I added my full box. I think maybe around this point, I can't remember if I already did it, but I decided to add these snowflake dividers from Planning Like a Pro at the very bottom of my full boxes, and I went back and did even the one in the sidebar. But these snowflake dividers are so dainty and cute, and I feel like they match the bottom washi foiling, so I was excited to use those. Underneath the full box, I wrote that I was finally feeling a little bit better after I napped, and this evening my sister and I watched She's the Man, which is one of my sister's favorite movies, and I hadn't seen that movie in quite some time, so it was really fun watching that, and we were just laughing so much this evening. I just forgot how funny that movie is. The TV icon that I used is from Planning Like a Pro. Flipping over to Thursday, I started with my full box, and I wanted to use the cake full box on this day because it was my brother's birthday, and I also wanted the clock on Friday, and both of those full boxes have the similar blue backgrounds, so I normally would never put the same colors on days that are next to each other. I like to usually spread out as much as I can, but for this case, I just felt like it made sense to have the cake on Thursday and the clock on Friday, and I decided instead of trying to change that, I just had one of them at the very top of the day and the other one will be at the bottom of the day, and I think that made me a lot happier than trying to think of a different alternative. I rarely ever put a full box at the top of Thursday, but I actually really like the way that the full boxes are laid out this week. I think I might continue that moving forward. But anyways, like I said, it was my brother's birthday. I used some balloons from White Deer Stationery, and the birthday script is from Glitter Mama. And I also added some birthday foil deco from Sadie Stickers. Below that, I wrote that I did some reading. I actually ended up finishing that book on Friday evening, right before the new year, and I was trying to keep track of how many books I read for 2021 so that I would hopefully beat that number in 2022. So I really wanted to finish that book so it could be counted in 2021 since that's when I started it. But anyways, below that, I marked baking my brother's cake. My brother wasn't actually at our house this day. He had gone back home, and my sister decided to stay longer because she had an orthodontist appointment coming up, so she didn't want my brother to have to come back and forth too many times. But my boys really wanted to celebrate my brother's birthday, and they insisted on me making a cake. I think last year we had FaceTime my brother, and we tried to do that this year, but he was busy, so we sang happy birthday to him, sent him a video of it instead. Below baking a cake, I marked singing happy birthday, and my husband was kind of making fun of us because he already doesn't really understand birthdays and doesn't get the point of them, but he thought it was even funnier that we were singing to my brother who wasn't even there. But the boys were happy, and that was all that really mattered. At the bottom of this day, I wrote that I watched Flipped with my sister and I had some extra space, so I used one of the larger florals to finish out that day, and I also added the same snowflake divider from Planning Like a Pro. On Friday, I started by marking therapy. The script is from Station Stickers and the icon is from Fox and Pip. Since there was such a huge size difference in the icon and the script, I decided to layer them in boxes that they fit in, and then I filled in some of the white space with some florals. But below that, I marked that I finally had coffee on this day. I was missing it all week. Normally I have it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and this was the day I finally felt better and good enough to drink it. The coffee icon is from Nikki Plus 3. Then I marked cutting the boys' hair. I now have a pretty good routine of cutting their hair at the very end of the month. Normally it's like the last Saturday or the last day of the month, but that's just been something that's easy for me to remember. I think beforehand I was just looking at their hair and seeing that it had grown out quite a bit, so I guess it was time to cut it, but now I'm on schedule with that. Then I used a clock icon from Nikki Plus 3 and I marked making a clock balloon decoration that I had seen at Target. It was basically 12 balloons that you add a number to and make a clock out of, and then there was also a Happy New Year sign to go in the middle of that. My older son PJ loves clocks and balloons, so I knew he would really enjoy that decoration. Although it was really a pain to put together because things don't stick to our walls very well, so it was not fun putting it together. Thankfully, I did get one good picture of the boys with the balloons, so that's all I needed from that decoration. Below that, I marked watching 10 Things I Hate About You with my sister. My sister loves watching movies. That is definitely a huge comfort for her, so she requested lots of movies this week. At the bottom of this day, I added my full box and I added a blue header to the bottom so that I can extend the full box a little bit because I wanted to add my New Year's Eve script to this box. I just felt like it looked so nice on there and I didn't need a whole separate box to take up more space. The script is from the Glitter Mama. Moving on to the weekend. On Saturday, I ended up deciding to do the same thing on Saturday. I added my New Year script to my full box, and I realized that I also had a Hello January script. I wasn't sure if I was going to use it, but I decided to just go for it and put it in its own box with this calendar sticker from White Deer Stationery. Below that, I wrote that I slept in, and then that my husband and Benny went on a grocery run. I also know that I ran to Target this day because I completely forgot to add something to my husband's grocery list and I needed it for dinner that evening, so I ran to Target really fast to get it. But at the bottom of this day, I marked family game night. I believe we played Rubik's Race this evening. On Sunday, I wrote that I set my alarm to prepare for going back to school since we were still on winter break. This was our last day of winter break, so I knew we had to all get prepared to get back to school. I don't think I woke everyone up as early as a normal school day, but it was definitely a lot earlier than we had been waking up. Below that, I used a morning cuddle script from Station Stickers. Then I added a full box day extender. I wanted to use my extra full box, so I decided to use it on Sunday. Inside my day extender, I marked uploading a video. I used a sticker from Panda Bird Design, and the upload script is from Harriet Wright Designs. Below that, I used a box sticker from Nikki Plus 3. I wrote that I broke down boxes this day. I spent a long time doing it, so I wanted to fit it in. And I also marked ice cream with my sister. At the very bottom of this day, I wrote that we opened our family gift. This was our last Christmas gift that we had left to open, but there were so many gifts that the boys were busy with, so we decided to wait. I initially wasn't going to wait this long to open it, but especially with feeling so sick this week, I was not thinking about it. But that is all I have for this week. I'm going to move on to the date cover deco and use up the rest of the florals that I have for this spread. I also incorporated some Sadie stickers deco as well as the Giving Girl. I added some garlands to full boxes and the weekend banner and some hanging sparkle deco from the Giving Girl. I really wanted to use the streamers from Sadie Stickers in my date covers. I realized I didn't have a whole lot of room for these streamers, so I decided to add them in between the date covers. I'm just really happy with how that turned out, and the spread overall just makes me really happy. I had done a New Year's spread in my 2021 planner. I used a Once More with Love kit. I completely forgot that I purchased both of them, but it worked out because I was able to use a kit in my 2021 planner to close out that year, and it made planning this spread a lot easier because I could look at that spread and see what parts of it I wanted to highlight in here. I also wanted to mention that I have a second set of this kit, and I think there's even an extra page in there, but I had purchased some of the grab bags from Sadie Stickers, and one of them was this kit, so I just wanted to put it out there if anyone needs or could use a New Year's kit. You could always leave out the 2022 box and use it for next year, but if anyone could use it, I would be more than happy to send it to you. I think probably DMing on Instagram would be the best way to do that. My Instagram is down below, but it's kristen.plans. Here are all the stickers I have left over after all of the date cover deco is done. I really enjoyed all of the variety in the shapes, colors, and sizes of boxes in this kit. It was just so much fun to use, and I'm just really obsessed with how the spread looks. This is definitely a great start to my 2022 planner. I'm so excited to continue and just keep going with my spreads. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.